Also, one thing I noticed is that the planet is rarely ever the same color as when you enter it as when you leave it. Undertow looks like a desert area of this game, and I hate desert areas, but no, it's a water level or water world. Water controls in this game is actually not that bad. It's not bad in a traditional way though, is what I'm trying to say. In other games you move around very slowly. In this game, swimming is very stiff for some reason. And also, this is the first secret. I think the water world is the only one where I know where all these secrets are. If you get all the secrets, you're going to get a hidden password, which I got no idea what does. You might be thinking, oh, swimming, that's easy. Now let's just grab that. Nope. It escapes. Or tries to escape. Fell pretty hard though, and suddenly we're standing down there in the water, holding something that was floating. Okay. Makes no sense. Also, I love how you can just jump out of water if you go in the water and dash up that. And that squid always reminds me of Squidward from SpongeBob, you know, I never watched it. Oh my god, 90s sin, or whenever SpongeBob came out originally. I don't watch SpongeBob, I never have. I have no childhood. Also, again, with the attention to detail, how it gets darker the lower in the water you are. My god, just the attention to detail to everything in this game. Like, 1995 was the year when people pretty much, when game companies pretty much showcased the capabilities of their consoles, what they were truly capable of. 95 we had Donkey Kong Country 2 and I was about to say Secret Mana, Chrono Trigger, both of which are two of my favorite games of all time. Well, so is this. This is also one of my favorite games in the world. Actually no, not among my very favorites, but one of my favorite Genesis games by far. What did I place it on my top 10 list? Second? Pretty sure it was second. I can't even remember my favorites. That's how much I love this game. Oh yeah, now the water is scrolling, so I had to wait for the water. There's no real way of jumping over corners like this when doing this head ram wall climbing move, so that's what thing gets somewhat annoying. Evil pufferfish, or no, those are not pufferfish. One thing you'll realize in this game, there's a lot of enemies use the exact same sound effects when shooting projectiles, and I'm getting reckless like I usually do in this level. Also, obviously the spiky corals are damaging. Or, not damaging, they deal damage to you. I was certain there was a secret over there. Oh well. Also, I always find it weird how... Okay, let's not stop to fight the fishes. I always find it weird how... I always find it really weird how, in the background there's no water. Also, that's a sort of a little cheap trick that if you jump straight down, you're going to end up, in the spikes. Also, idling animation, and the idling animation for being in the ground normally is... and swing around his arms. Oh, I just realized I actually cut off before the... actually stopped before the idling animation of the previous world was when it just goes like this. Yeah, I'm ready to take on the world. Also, now the enemies use their most powerful tactics! And it failed severely. Using the flood waves, or the waves. Okay, let's try that one more time, guys. Once more with feeling. I didn't even have to move. And it failed. I love how the fish are just like desperately trying to breathe for air. And now time for the electric octopus. Maybe they're supposed to be jellyfish. I've never thought of that before now, and I love how these guys react like, oh shit, it was not a good idea. And the minibus sort of taken, and up to the next world. Honestly, I don't care for points, so I got no idea why I keep trying. Trying and failing, mind you. Trying and failing. Lost Palace. Pretty much boss, or no, not boss gauntlet. Enemy gauntlet, the world. Also, want to know how to get to that secret? Not that hard, really. Sawdust bubbles? Yeah, you're supposed to use those. As you can see, there's enemy spawners in this world, and wait, there's no enemy spawns up here. I was certain there were some. Oh well. Just get myself my secret points. And sometimes these secrets can be extra lives and such as well, which is why I go out of my way to try to get them. Look up here, I'm pretty sure there's one up over here. Yeah, I was right. One up. This game is fairly hard if you haven't played it, of course. Of course it's hard if you haven't played it before. Every game's hard if you haven't played it before. But it doesn't really get really hard, like really hard until you get to the what am I thinking about? Until you get to the final boss, which is cheap as hell. It's like it's the only way, actually one of the two only ways where you can get it's one of the two only things in this game that has instant kill attacks. Yeah, that's another thing I like about this game. It's a platformer, but it doesn't take to the normal, cheap level challenge by having bottomless pits. Also, you're just 2 seahorses in this. No? No, never mind, it's 2. It is area which you have to take out and destroy them. But yeah, a lot of platformers usually have like, okay, we're gonna litter the area with the bottomless pits. So if you miss jump once, you're going to die. Mario's very prone to do levels like these, but there's not many games that do this. Sonic CD had very few bottomless pits, though. It compensated that by having the biggest bottomless pit in any game I've ever seen. Well, next side to Croc, but Croc was bottomless pit the game, or floating platforms the game. Oh, Croc was underrated. A sequel that had nowhere near as many bottomless pits. Also, at the end of this tunnel, I'm gonna say it's a propeller, and that will knock you all the way back. Nothing really damaging, but knocking you straight back. If it wasn't for the fact that, if it wasn't for the obvious fact that there was usually spikes all the way at the back, and secrets. Also, these enemies will not damage you or attack you until they've been submerged in water and change color. So wait, does that mean they're being boiled? You know, like lobsters, they turn red before you boil a lobster, it's white or something, but when you boil it, it turns red. Does that mean these enemies they're getting boiled in this water? That would actually make sense with a desert background. Like this is like boiling hot water, and Ristar isn't feeling anything because he's part star, and stars are usually pretty fucking hot. This is another one of... No, actually no, this is not another one of those canals. This is another one of those squids things. Also, this squid boss is can be cheap. Because usually when you attack the enemies, you usually get knocked back after you do the face bashing attack. And when doing that, you can sometimes get hit by those spikes that those send. And that the squid sends out, and you will usually take unfair damage. Also, those treasure chests. There's only one. If you get the correct treasure chests, all the other chests will have items in them. If you get the wrong one, there's going to be an enemy in that chest. Uh-oh, I'm not gonna make it. I can do it! And I didn't do it! Also, I've always found that to look really weird. Also, this is the first time I've ever been knocked back by those bubbles. This never happened to me before. Okay, let's not do this one more time, because it's obviously not propeller here. There's a giant squid. Squid! Take that guy out, and time to take Mr. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about getting knocked back into the spike things by the octopus. And end of level. Or so you think. Let me guess, the secret of this world is probably up here. No, that's just points. No, remember when we got the one up? Yeah, let's do that one more time. Or the bubble can stop spawning on us. Also, that starfish thing that when you touch this, you will end up moving slower, and you can't jump as high. Did you get that? Or do I have to say it again? And now we just have to swing our way all the way to the top. I'm not sure, can you? Yeah, you can swing all the way up there, like that. Like, make it so that you move max momentum. Yes, no! I was about to say home safe, but no. Also, I almost find it somewhat comedic how fast the space background's moving. Oh, this is gonna end horribly. This isn't hard. That was pathetic. I was trying not to hit the rock. Wow. Also, one of the best ways to stop yourself while moving fast is to usually try to grab a ledge. And we got the Spassing Out Tika from, I don't fucking know, Super Mario Brothers. And end of level. So you got straight inside to the hidden level of this game. One thing that's hard to master in this game is the pole swinging. Also, this was an example of the game being very erratic about how high it decides that the top of the screen is. You just get bounced down. Again with the OH. Usat! Last time was Riho, wasn't it? And now it's Usat. What the hell was that? Oh, someone broke out of its fence and just plugs in the water. Yeah, that boss in the background, that's a shark. I meant to say that the other way around. That shark in the background is the boss. Yeah, that boss in the background, that's the shark. What the hell? The more damage you do to him, the lower the water will get. So this is actually a boss where it makes sense that... Like usually in games that the more damage you do to a boss, the stronger it gets, which really doesn't make sense. Actually this is sort of a creative way to do it, to make it so that he actually has an excuse for actually getting more dangerous. Also, I also love how when he just pops up on the screen, like by going from the sides. Wow, this boss was easy. It was a shit ton of attacks it never did. Or by a shit ton of attacks, I mean like one where it just rushes over and drops a lot of almost bomb-like enemies from Metroid. No, jellyfish. That's right. I own that boss. But I love it when it pops on the screen and it's like... it's weird to explain. Also now, did the planet just get a bit lighter in color? Also now we're in space! Undertow cleared It's 6-9. Unbelievable! Yeah, I know it's unbelievable. That's not a lot of points though. And we just went from the generic grass world, or non-generic grass world, to non-generic water world to... it's red, it's probably... This is probably a desert world, right?